Wojciech Szczęsny's move to Barcelona, finally official. Jules, how much does he move the needle?
It's good to have him. I'm sure he's in good shape. He looked in good shape. It's only really a few months without training, you think. So it makes a lot of sense for them. Hansi Flick, very careful to not disturb too much the balance of the dressing room, saying, well, let's have competition between Szczęsny and Iñaki Peña. Come on. Hansi, we know. We know. That Szczęsny is going to be the starter, but yeah, I think it's good to have a keeper of this caliber, this quality from now on until the end of the season. Let's hope that he's not too rusty, but I don't think that would be a problem. More Barca, Gab. Now, the fans will be banned for traveling to the next Champions League away game. Why?
This is going to be the game against Red Star Belgrade. It's because when they went to Monaco, somebody cleverly decided to make a banner that says Flick Heil, which is obviously a clear reference to Sieg Heil, which is associated with the Nazis. What I don't understand here, look, you're responsible for your fans. I have no issue with your away fans being banned. But the stadium, the Stade Louis II in Monaco where this happened, is absolutely teeny tiny. So you should be able, and there's cameras everywhere, like everywhere in Monaco, like they follow you into the bathroom. You should be able to find the people who did this, because I wonder, given Barcelona coming to Monaco, there's a lot of very wealthy people who are Barcelona fans there. Do we know that they were part of the traveling Barcelona contingent? And if they are, shouldn't they be banned as opposed to people who maybe bought tickets off of Barcelona fans or whatever? Like, I think this is
who get punished. Yeah,
this is a crystal clear situation. I mean, again, clubs still need to be held, where you can do more. I think working with the local authorities to find the people, because this is so, apart from the offensive nature, this is just such a stupid way to hurt your club.
Yeah.
Samuel Eto'o has been banned from Cameroon men's and women's national team games for 6 months. Jules, I guess the sports minister of Cameroon will be happy.
Yeah, what a ride it's been since Samuel Eto'o was elected as the Cameroon FA president. Because as you kind of hinted there, there's a massive war between him and the sports minister and the government overall. It's been so messy, really. But he's gone too far in many, many respects. He was fined by the African Confederation, because he had an online gambling deal. He insulted people. He was obviously at war with the current Cameroon head coach. I mean, it's an absolute mess.
There's the audio of him on the phone with the president of the second division team, Victoria, I think, saying things that maybe he shouldn't have said.
Like they should be promoted, stuff like that. I mean, it's just... Yeah, how, in a way, I think to tarnish your image very, very quickly if you're Samuel Eto'o.
And this specific thing, of course, goes back to the Brazil-Cameroon game at the Under-20 Women's World Cup where he completely lost his rag with the officials.
Yeah. 19 ultras belonging to Milan and Inter have been arrested in a wide-ranging police operation. Gab, what's this about?
So, all right, so at the San Siro, outside the stadium, if you go there are... There's essentially parking concessions, essentially squares where you can go and park your car and pay. There's obviously people selling merchandise, usually not official licensed merchandise. And there's sandwich stands, places where you can get the salamandra, the traditional Milanese sausage, which you get in a sandwich. Really, really good if you eat pork sausage. The problem is all these businesses apparently are part of a racket run by some old Milan and Inter ultras. They get the license to sell this stuff, but as according to the accusation, these people who've been arrested, essentially they were intimidating. They were taking kickbacks in exchange for supporting certain businesses, certain parking people. Basically, it's a protection racket that these guys were running, and it's kind of illuminating because one of these leaders, I think it was one of the Inter guys, he's cut an audio, and then this guy has big far-right ties, right? He's a self-identified sort of far-right, fascist sympathizer. And he says, I don't care if they sing, referring to one of these sandwich shops, I don't care if the guy sings Bella Ciao, which is a partisan anthem associated with the left wing. And if you ever saw Money Heist or Casa de Papel, it's that song, as long as he pays up. So it's kind of like the world crumbling in the sense that these people don't really care about the football. They don't even care about politics and ideology. This is purely, if proven, according to the police, a criminal racket. And that's all it is. You ready? It's time! It's time! It's time! It's Texter time! Reports in France suggest he's now looking at 2 clubs in the championship, having been thwarted in his effort to buy Everton.
Actually, I guess you miss out on Everton, so you think, hey, let's go and get another English club somewhere in the championship. That write Le Progrès newspaper, which is the local newspaper in Lyon, reporting it. I don't know who the clubs are. I don't know. I don't know if the names are either. But if you are a fan of this club that John Texter, we just warn you that you will have a lot of Texter time in your life.
Yeah, I also don't know if he buys a club in the championship, does he need to sell his Crystal Palace holdings, or does he only need to do it if the club gets promoted?
Yeah, only if they get promoted, I guess, right?
Okay, but then, sorry, just think how
unless they play each other in the League Cup or FA Cup.
But just think how demented this is, because if this is the case, and let's say he buys a club, I don't know, name any old championship club, because I don't follow the championship.
Like Sheffield United?
As you know. If he buys, say, Sheffield United, and Sheffield United get promoted, then he has to go and sell his Palace shares in double quick time. So,
yeah, true. Or he sells Sheffield United then. We had Lotito when Salernitana came up. No? Is it Lotito who owns Lazio and Salernitana?
Yeah, and he had to put in a blind trap. But no, in this country, they actually have tougher laws, which they actually enforce. Yeah. I'm just wondering, though, if he's already having trouble selling his Palace shares for the price that he wants, because let's face it, I'm not going to buy something. I'm not going to buy 45% of something if I only have 25% of the say. Yeah. And the guy with 15%, Steve Parish, ultimately is the big boss. Yeah. And by the way, whatever you think of Steve Parish, you and I both have had a run-ins with him.
Yeah.
The guy has been brilliant in the way he set this up. Yeah. And the fact that Palace are still up there. So this doesn't make sense to me. No. Sell your shares first and then go and buy a championship. Look at these championship clubs. They're all losing money. They're all desperate to sell.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Italy are bidding for the 2029 Women's Euros, Gab. If they end up losing 2032 for the men, I guess this is a consolation. They could have both.
They'll have both. They're not going to lose 2032. They've already been awarded it together with Turkey. Now, unfortunately, they only have one stadium that's compliant right now, but you have some time to work on it. If the 2029 Women's Euros, I genuinely don't know if they have, I would assume they maybe have different standards, but if this hurries it along for 2029, if it lights a fire under some people, because surely, I know it's the Women's Euros, and obviously we saw it when we had it here in England and stuff. You know, you will often use smaller grounds for some of the for some of the earlier games. Obviously, I think they played games at Brentford, which holds, I think, 20,000. They played grounds like that. But still, for the final, for the late stages, you're going to want to use the Olimpico or San Siro. So if this helps you get money to cut through the BS and go and upgrade these stadiums, then by all means, let's do it. If it means that you can only play in teeny tiny stadiums and Turin at the Juventus Stadium and play every single game there, I don't know if that's a good idea. Yeah. So, BN Sport reportedly still have not paid up after acquiring part of the Ligue 1 rights. Jules, what's going on? We're always told how much money these people have.
Yeah. They still haven't. It's a bit complicated, to be fair. And we don't need to go into details, but basically, they're not happy with some of the rights that have been shared on social media by other broadcasters and things like that. So they want, I think, written rules.
Assurances.
Yeah, assurances.
They have an exclusive.
Proper, and things like that. So also, I think they're eyeing up a deal with Canal Plus to be able to show the Ligue 1 game that they have right now also for Canal Plus. So it's a bit complicated. They will pay. I don't think it's the problem of them not wanting to pay. Like you said, they just want to be more assurances. But surely this could have been sorted out when they bid. I don't know when they bid for this rights. And I think the French league is such a mess. Sometimes, it's just, I don't think they're helping themselves really to be in this situation.
I'm guessing there's lawyers charging by the hour for both sides on this one.
Probably.
But it also strikes, I can see their point saying, because they only have one game, right?
Yeah, so they're only 100 million a year.
What I'm not I can see their point. If I sign an exclusive deal, right? Normally written into the contract is that, okay, but then you're going to make sure that nobody else shares these images and stuff like that, right? And then if you don't enforce it, I take recourse. But I don't just not pay. That's the part that's odd. Unless they have no faith in
I don't know. I think they want to pay. I think they will pay eventually, but they want this all iron out before they make the payment, I guess.